I saw pimps, hustlers, dope fiends, boosters, bookies. I saw numbermen. I saw hit men, robbers, the whole 9 yards. Drag queens, the whole shit. But the main thing that you really get from all of that is survival. Everybody had to survive the best way they could. And that was it. It was a blues revolution, yeah. It was the blues, it was the blues. It was the blues, it was the blues. It was a blues revolution. The basic thing about playing music on the street is that really I got respect from was from Sonny Rollins. I saw a documentary, I think it was on TV a long time ago, I was a kid. And it was talking about Sonny Rollins, the great jazz saxophone player. He would practice on Brooklyn Bridge. He wasn't making any money. Money had changed, the sounds had changed. It wasn't too much hard bop. Everybody was into the avant-garde free stuff, John Coltrane, and the cool school and stuff like that was jumping off. So that inspiration of Sonny Rollins, going out late at night because you don't have any interruptions. See, my problem with playing the flute or practicing, that I would always disturb my neighbors because they would always be like, "Oh man, you're killing me with the flute, man. It's so loud, it's so loud, it's so loud." So I would go out into the parks. It started in the parks. I would go out in the Meridian Hill Park and I would play. We have so much love. We can change this world, yeah. We can change this world because we got so much love. We have so much love. I saw these two little girls, maybe in elementary school. They had recorders, and they were playing. They was reading music from Bach, and I was looking at them, and I was checking out, reading what they were doing, and I saw the part that was for tenor, so they didn't have tenor. So I told them, could I read the tenor parts for them? So they said, okay, no problem. So I did that with them, and we made I made $10 just with these little girls, you know. So I felt bad. I said, oh no. Then I realized that I said, okay, if you could do that with the little girls, what can you do on your own? Then I realized I wanted to explore more of the energy of the street as far as the energy and where people always be around and how you can bring them into certain feelings, even in the middle of total chaos, that you can play a certain tone and give them total relaxation, where they're total certain tones that can actually, in all of that chaos, they will find that order. And when they hear that order in me, then they would reflect on themselves. If I play a melody that represent the day. Say if I do, on a clear day, how it will arouse you. I mean, these type of melodies, they know, they feel it. Wow, it is a clear day, And oh yeah, I can see forever. I can see forever, So it became playing on the street. It became a very vital thing at that time because a lot of musicians didn't have the gigs, and everybody wanted to come to me and say, yo man, I ain't got no gig, can I come out with you to play in Georgetown? I said, okay. It turned out I had a whole band out there.
Life is
my weapon, love is my spear. Together we can win the war on hunger and fear. Like Shakespeare said, the whole world is your stage, you know, and everybody is a part, playing a part. You can be an extra. You can be somebody walking in the background of the scene, or you can be in the foreground. You can be the one who's directing it or putting it in perspective. And a lot of that is about the consciousness of where people are, even as an artist or musician or dancer. They want you to focus nothing on the financial thing. The financial thing is the main thing. Get the money. Get the money. Get the money. Get the money. You know, and then after they get the money, the life is boring. Then they start doing stupid shit. Then they start screwing up and fucking up. And then what happened was that. Then they try to put some more music out there. It sounds like shit. And it's the truth. It's the fucking truth, you know. As I was reading, I read a lot, and there was one profound free thinker, one of the few individuals on this planet, Jada Krishnamurti. He's not in any religion, he's not in any sect. He doesn't believe in any religion, he doesn't believe none of that stuff that's been programmed into our minds. He totally thinks from a right side of his brain. And what he inspire other people to do is to question too. The question of authority, the question of death, the question of life. Always find that ultimate questions in order to get that ultimate answer. And he spoke about the spiritual and the material, which is one coin. And you flip this coin, it goes from head to tails, both of them is one coin. So what happens is that as you have on the physical plane, you have gangsters, people that are extortionists, people that have ability to embezzlement, people that like to rob you. And you have these same entities and these same individuals on the spiritual world, which they quote unquote they call spiritual world. And I call them the spiritual gangsters. These are all of these so-called people that's supposed to have so-called abilities and lead these naive people and take their money, and they become lost, and they go to them with extortion, straight up, you know, and tell you that you're going to go to hell if you don't give me that money, man. Give me your money, you're going to hell. You see, God don't like that. You're making too much money. Give me that money. And we do. But sad and I, but very wise, was he. He said, the greatest thing that you ever learned is to be in love. We have the spiritual gangsters from the east to the west. You have them in Africa, you have them all over. And their main objective is to have, like I said, the extortionists, the embezzlement of your soul, to take your energy away from you, to lead you away from your individual, your path that you think that's who you are. They're using you as a tool for their power and taking away your soul at the same time. It's a vacuum. And that's what happens. And ironically, when they speak about the demonic energy that goes on around us, my kids always ask me, say, Papa, do you believe that there's demons? And I said, baby, do you realize what you think the preachers are? And they looked at me and they said, what are you talking about? I said, well, they're the ones. Look what they wear.
I know you know hip-hop never stop. I pour you a taste of funk. We got cool and hot just for you. Pleasures of the soul, pleasures of the soul. Who says they wrong?
Because there are a lot of unsung heroes in the world that's brought a lot of inspiration and a lot of love to people. Although it was very grateful for me to play with Dizzy Gillespie. It was a great moment to play with Don Cherry. It was a great moment in my life when I was on tour with Gil Scott-Heron. But it was something about that street, especially over here in Europe, because it's more in tune where there's no traffic and everything, and people can walk around pedestrian area. You know, it's cool. San Francisco inspired me a lot because it was a whole culture of that. And coming to that time during the time of the punk period and going into that in the 80s and the whole thing, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful, beautiful experience. And I still want that spirit to go on every time when I go to Hauptstrasse in Heidelberg and the little babies and the little children stop their mama and papa and say, check this guy out. Check this guy out. I ain't going nowhere. Nope, I ain't going. I want to listen. It filters in really strong to the youth, and that's my objective, get to the youth. Because they're the future, and right now the future is fucked up for them. It really is. With all the crazy shit that's going on now. So that's why I decided, I said, okay, my dedication every day is to inspire little kids, little babies, play little notes, little melodies, sing them songs, serenade them. And they look at me like, oh, man, who is this? Wow. And that's it. Everything else is pretentious. It's totally pretentious. It's only about based upon how much money you're going to make. All the bills you got to pay. All the people you got to pay who's serving your ass. Not for me. Not for me.